what's up you guys, Aftershare Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Legacies. This is Season 4, Episode 12. Yeah, let's go over the comments. Caleb blew up his shiny red Corvette trying to kill Prometheus. See, that's what I mean. I don't even remember that, because it was so long ago. That's how Coffee Kiss was said to have been covered in the markings of over a dozen cultures, so theoretically every pantheon is fair game. Pantheon? I assume that means every religion? Every god? I don't know, whatever. I miss Josie, and given the choice, I would rather have her than Finch. Of course. Says everyone. But with Kaylee gone, it does give them an opportunity to fully develop Finch as her own character, and given her sexuality, it does make sense for her, for Jed to confide in her. Yes, absolutely. This carnival storyline was giving me Serious Hero Season 4 vibes. Oh my god, am I right? Yes! Sorry, you're right. Yes! I was thinking that, but I just... You know when you think stuff, but you just don't say it. That's one of those moments. Also, am I the only one who noticed that apparently Hope can compel vampires, since they did show that Hypnotist trying to use compulsion on her, and then we see her compel him a minute later. They even did the whole close-up vampire eye dilation and everything for both of them. Yeah. Well, they are trying to demonstrate that she is the apex predator. I don't know if they're going to explain that she inherited the ability to compel vampires due to her being the daughter of an original, or if they're going to explore the idea that since she is the original Tribird, she can possibly compel vampires, witches, and werewolves. And maybe her bite can kill all three as well, because that's been something I've been curious about since the start of the show, and we've barely scratched the surface on what the full potential and fully transitioned Tribird. You know, she probably can kill vampires, witches, and werewolves for their bite, because honestly, she's already OP as hell, and they've already made her quite OP, so why not? Just add stuff onto it. I believe that she can compel them because if you were sired by one of the originals, you couldn't compel, and then they kept siring more and more vampires. You can compel another vampire because that was just something that the originals had. And so she hasn't been sired, rather she was kind of born with this, I'm gonna say, mutation. So I'd say it's just based on the fact that she's born, whatever. Whatever. I'm moving on. I can't even word. Sorry. I understand why your mind went straight to Catherine when Aurora wasn't phased by magic, but we already knew from the originals that it didn't hurt Aurora when she fought Freya and Haley. I like that they remember that. I don't even remember that. Jeez. I hope they also remember that she can't be compelled. I feel like I can kind of remember that, maybe. Yeah, because they were compelled to think that they were the people. That she was compelled to think that she was Rebecca, and I guess because of that, she learned how to not be compelled. Which you might think that's not possible, but also, Bill Forbes, I think, Caroline's dad, proved that it was possible to evade compulsion without having to use Vervain. Anyways, I remember that. You would think that centuries-old vampires would be on Vervain. Yes, but also no. Think about it this way. See, this is something that's always kind of bothered me. The beginning of the show, Damon and Stefan, they've been around for 150 years. They weren't on Vervain. And then Catherine was the first vampire to be shown to be, on frequent diet of Vervain. And then, that was, a huge deal, and then they're like, oh, maybe we should do this too, right? And then every single vampire that we've ever come across since has been, you know, sipping Vervain as though, like, that's just a common thing. And it's always bothered me because you'd think that Damon and Stefan would have been part of those people, like, part of those vampires that did that. It was like, it was almost like at the start of the show, they didn't think of that. And then from Casper onwards, everyone was doing it. And yeah, so that just kind of bothered me. So I'm glad that there are still vampires out there that don't think of that. Because, whatever. I feel like I'm half finishing my sentences. I don't know. I can't help but wonder if this was just a continuity error, but the only vampires that can compel other vampires are originals. Technically speaking, Hope isn't original, but she also wasn't sired, so probably. I know Alaric could compel, but that was that one time for story purposes. But he was actually made into an upgrade original vampire, and Marcel, we only ever saw compel Elijah, and he couldn't even do that without the help of Vincent magic. I just got like a bitter taste in my mouth. I have no idea why. That probably seemed like I was throwing shade to Marcel, but no. I wasn't, but that's kind of funny. Sure. Can't remember about Lucian, but both Rick and Marcel were able to compel other vampires. Rick made Elena forget loving Damon, and Marcel made Elijah forget everything. I know with Rick, it was explained that since he was turned with the same spell as the originals, it basically made him one. Yeah, that made sense to me. Reminds me of when she fought Freya, and Freya did an aneurysm spell, and Aurora went, woo, that actually hurt. I haven't felt pain like that since the 1600s. I feel like I remember that line. She really enjoyed feeling pain. Oh, right, there you go. What's up with the episodes order for season 3 on the DVD? Is it 16 episodes, like it aired, or 20, including the first 4 episodes, for season 4, like they intended? I can answer this, and I can answer this for, like, all of the stuff that got halted for COVID. I checked the other day. I read the beginning, Tony read the beginning of that, and I looked at it. No, it's just 16 episodes. The last episode that's listed on there is Fate's a Bitch, isn't it? And it's the same for the, like, Arrowverse shows as well. I just opened up The Flash once I was finished with it, and it said the last episode was the one that we just watched today. So yeah, it's correct. Netflix is just wrong. So yeah, there you go. There's your answer. I mean, everything has to be done on everything, and Simpsons probably did it twice, and South Park did it better. Funny parody of it. So I don't think it's stealing anything. It's near impossible to invent something new, obviously. So they go down the roots of storytelling, the myths, the gods, and they already kind of were treading that water with all the monster stuff, so it fits in my opinion. By severing the sire bond, Hope means what she told Lizzie last episode. She would just tell her to stop listening to her commands. That shit kind of worked on Damon and Elena for a bit in season 4, except it didn't really. I don't know. Vardamus is a real G. He couldn't have been a great headmaster, but Clark got to him first, and Eve Bloom chick was probably good too, but since Emma vouched for her, but Aurora got to her first. So yeah, it did happen 2 times, but the actual people for the job seemed to be vetted. They were just intercepted. Maybe someone should, like, go with them. If I remember the original season 3 right, and it's my fave, of course I remember it right, it's my favorite too. Aurora feels the pain from the aneurysm spell, but she just enjoys the pain. At least that's how the scene with her and Freya played out. I'm not sure about Kat. I got the feeling that Bonnie was too weak to hurt her at the point, and Catherine faked being in pain. No, I think that she did it. She was good with her aneurysm spell at that point, I think. Do you need a lot of time to spend with someone to know if you like them or not, or what you feel about them? Not in my experience, not usually at the least. Well, yes, you do, because all you did was learn about his backstory. And he's cute, I guess. Like, that was about it. Like, you don't really know him as a person, so how could you really like him? You know? Just saying. Like, you might think that someone's cute, and you might want to get to know them a bit better, but can you really say that you've developed feelings for someone if you don't actually know them? So I actually like what they did with Jed in this episode. It felt realistic to me. And Finch wasn't awful. Maybe I just didn't like her with Joe. We'll see how she develops on her own. But it makes sense. So paying her with Jed, they already kind of have a friendship understanding, and now they have something in common. She can be useful and help him find himself. Yes, I agree. I think that would be great. I hope the show does this story justice. Absolutely, I agree. 100%. It'll give them both something to really work with, I think. Damn, Ethan is not leaving the show, it seems, but he was kind of tolerable, and I actually liked his scene with MG on the porch, if it wasn't just a rehash of Caleb and MG, but sure. I'm just glad they dropped Ethan, MG, and Lizzie love triangle storyline for now, and hopefully forever. Hopefully. I loved that they had Hope teaching Lizzie how to be a vampire. I don't think we've had that since Camille was turned in the original season 3. I mean, I loved it, but it also didn't make a whole lot of sense, because she's been, they even said it in the episode, she's been a vampire for, a hot minute, and she's able to control it. It really just kind of bothers me that, that when people are turned into vampires, they're just fine. Nobody ever goes through their moment of, killing someone. Remember what happened to Caroline? Why doesn't that happen anymore? I don't know. It just kind of bothers me. It's almost like, oh, I got superpowers now. I'm good. You know? But Hope should have flexed that she's Klaus Michelson's daughter to that country fried vamp. I'm sorry. Creature of the night. I loved how she decapitated him with magic. Yes, I agree. She should have done that. It would have been so fucking good. Could you imagine? In my mind, it's like that scene from Angel. I don't know if you've seen it, but, I'm just gonna, he just, walks out, and they're like, and who are you? These vampires are and who do you think you are? And he's he stakes a vampire, and he's name's Angelus. And then, it's just, so menacing. I feel, in my mind, that's how it was. She was my name's Hope Michelson. And then he's just Michelson. And then she's yeah, as in Klaus Michelson. And then have his eyes wide open, and then he gets decapitated. That's how it happens in my head. But it's still great. Hope and Lizzie are great together. They looked kind of hot with the blood splatter in their faces, I'm not gonna lie, alright? And they did compel the audience to clap after the... And did they compel the audience to clap after the bloody murder, like Marcel did to the whole theater when he burned New Orleans down? Was it in 1911 or 1919? I think it's 1919. That picture with Marcel and Nick and Cammy found... and showed her uncle as proof in season 1. Whatever, I'm gonna need to rewatch it. Well, there you go. Hope is kind of less humanity off. Yeah. I don't think that they're doing the no humanity thing with her great, but it's still fun than she was early in the season. Maybe it's just because she's with someone. She was mostly on her own, except that one episode with Clark. In TVD, it was always just switch on, switch off. Maybe they'll try something different this time, and it will gradually turn on. It's not really something different either, by the way, because I believe that's what happened with, it happened with Stefan once, I think, and it happened with Damon once. because I believe he had his humanity off for a very long time, and, like, from the beginning of the show, and then, like, it slowly came back on. And that's, and he talks about that later on in the show, I believe. And then there was Stefan in season 3, I think, where his humanity was slowly coming back. I think, I don't know. She'll be more and more human, and more, the more time she spends with Lizzie, being swindled into doing good deeds until she's back. I feel like she just still hasn't done anything particularly the worst. I mean, she killed Lizzie, I guess, but she's, you know, she could do worse things, I think. It would be different, but would it be that disappointing? I mean, it's better than Landon escaping from Limbo just to convince her to turn it back on. Like, it's probably going to happen. I hope not. I'd like if her humanity came back slowly. It would be interesting. Also, woo, Maya's back. I reckon she's back specifically as a love interest for Finch. I mean, she might not ever show up again, and that might have just been like a hey moment, but that's what I think. A few things about the Jed stuff. I honestly don't think that how this truth herb worked. It should have been you would speak the truth in regards to the topic of the conversation or question, not be thinking of the truth about the loved one, about one's self, if not brought up in the first place. Otherwise, it would have been way more chaotic than it was. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Also, coming from the perspective of a bisexual male myself, you don't just click your fingers and bang, you're bisexual, okay? You come to the realization over a period of time, and Jed would have had an inkling that he was attracted to men before this episode, and they never shown that throughout the show, if that was the case. I mean, yeah, I agree. But I mean, maybe they'll do something interesting with it still. I mean, there's plenty of shows that have done something similar to this, and they've never shown an inkling at all, but they've still come out with an interesting outcome, I think. Honestly, I don't care about the Limbros that, in order to keep last week's edit under 20 minutes, the choices of which segments to be cut were really fucking easy. True. While I do think they're going to find a way of having Ben and Jed be a thing somehow, Jed has, as far as we know, never really shown interest in guys, so they'll have to explore that a bit before full on going into the potential relationship. Knowing TVDverse, so will they? I guess we'll find out. True. While no, I just read that. Dumb Shannon. Stop it. Yeah, the Icarus suggestion was Meaford's, but by that time I had already watched the episode and finished my notes. I could have probably added it later, but yeah, since we saw Jen fly up, and since we were talking about Prometheus, a great god, I instantly thought that Jen would be probably the Icarus, since Icarus could fly. I don't really have any other things to base that on that assumption anyways. Yeah, I've been to a few haunted houses, some at fairs and some supposedly real. I found them all to be hilariously lame rather than scary, which is really, like, I find that so funny that, like, I'm scared of fucking everything, and, like, I wasn't even scared of I don't know. I'm probably asking the wrong person, since you're basically a copy of me, although slightly more. And one of these things we do is avoid the case and the news because the real world sucks. But is COVID over? Because, yeah, there's a shit ton of people at school again. The hell's going on? I don't think COVID's over. I think they're just living. I don't know. What's going on over there in America? Do you guys still have to wear masks? I'm curious. What's going on? In a non-political way. Yeah, Caleb's been driving a sports car before. Why the fuck is he driving a beat-up tin can? makes less noise though, so I kind of improve. But that thing still looks awful. Yes, someone said that it was blown up. For real, yeah, come on, there's nobody at the Salvasor school who is knowledgeable with certain people faces whom you probably shouldn't trust, or are they just beyond desperate that they'll hire anyone without a proper background check. They should at least have a picture of everyone, and you might be like, yeah, but she was like before picture times. Klaus painted people. He was a very good painter. Probably painted a picture of her. Quick question. When did Hope actually turn her humanity back on? Because I seem to remember she faked turning it back on before, yet here she is, no humanity Hope, trying to help out some random kid because Lizzie thought it'd be the right thing to do. These no humanity storylines are weird. It says no humanity, but she still feels empathy and remorse. That makes no sense. Hope should be giving 0 fucks about this crying little shit. I agree. That seems like a fucking dumbass strategy, my dude. We prefer to let one witness live. So this survivor can tip off other people and they can come snooping and maybe hunt your ass down. How the hell are these vampire carnies never been around this long? Your guess is as good as mine. Aurora threatens Ben that she'll go back to the school to kill every last student. Okay, well, currently there's one not at the school, hiding at his mum's house like a little bitch. Maybe on your way to school, stop by his house and kill him first. Thanks. Yeah, we don't want Ethan. MG in this moment is to lame. I can't pronounce that. So we need a better name for him. Like Keith. Keith. You guys remember Keith? The fuck is Keith? MG in this moment is to Ethan like Caleb was to MG with the whole they'll have to go through me thing. Feels kind of rehashed. And here I was hoping this will lead to a very untimely death of a certain character, and that this will give MG something interesting to do instead. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty obvious from the moment Ben and Jed started hanging out that Jed would be feeling something. But then again, where is this coming from? This has never been hinted at before. It's like the writers decided that since Josie left, they needed a new gay couple for the show, and Finch wasn't going to be it. This is weird and kind of disrespectful. They need to build something up, not just make a character gay or bi out of nowhere. They might build it up from here onwards. Who knows? We'll see how it goes, I guess. Because it feels like it's solely done for the purpose of inclusion, and that's not the right way to do it. I do agree, though. True, it's really satisfying to see someone get taken down a notch when they don't know who they're messing with. Like, when some wannabe big shot vamp was threatening a bunch of kids, and Angel actually properly introduced himself by his former name. Goosebump moment. It's both satisfying and hilarious to watch. Because you know damn well some dumbass is gonna get their ass kicked. I didn't just say kissed. I really didn't care for the return of Maya. I'd rather see her and her annoying brother just leave and never come back. But yeah, I'm guessing they brought back the character to have a new love interest, Finch, who also feels like a side character, so I don't know why they're even trying. One last thing. Ben and Clea were talking about the gods and how if they woke up, they have to warn the world. I demand for a battle to keep peace in one of the later episodes. Imagine we hear some off-screen voices. Heard you guys needed some help. The camera pans around and we see not one or two, but a bunch of characters from the previous TVDverse show up joining an epic fight. Probably Jeremy, Rebecca, Cole, and Freya, actors who would actually be willing to come back, I suppose. It'd be cool as fuck. Yeah, it would. It definitely would. I don't know if they would be able to do that though, but it would be cool. Also, can we just, like, for a moment, talk about how Cleo has turned into the new Bonnie? All they do is hurt her. Is this the same scenario? Is this a thing? Is this another thing? They don't hurt Finch like this. They don't hurt Ethan like this. It's really offensive. Anyways, right. Let's get into the episode. Alright, well, you found it.
We have a nasty habit of running into each other like this, witch. How did you find me?
That artifact I stuffed you in was covered in your red hair after, so that wasn't hard. Calling me a witch is reductive. A lot's changed since we last saw each other.
Don't play all your cards.
Wow, a heretic then.
Don't show all your cards.
To Falcon's Landing.
What is Falcon's Landing?
A Dungeons and Dragons campaign I played. It taught me a valuable lesson. Djinns, or Jinnies, depending on the mythology, suck.
Look, I know it's hard to believe, but our plan actually worked. And the Sphinx's riddle led us to somebody who has the power to give us what we want. So that Ginny can suck all he wants, but he's our ticket home.
To the Djinn! Oh, the Ginny.
What even happened?
For future reference, my name is Dian. I'm sorry for the wait, but your order's ready. If you three gentlemen would just sign here.
But this says we get one wish each.
Oh, because granting 3 wishes is a bit of a myth. The number is entirely up
I mean,
to the
it's
discretion
not.
of the
We've
king.
had a Ginny before.
But 3 wishes between the lot of you should be plenty, if you use them right.
Which you don't want us to do. The Ginny at Falcon's Landing was a total con man. The entire party got wiped. Check the bill. I bet these wishes come at a cost.
We already told you, mate. We're fresh out of coins.
And as I told you, that won't be a problem.
Because he wants our souls instead.
I thought you wanted to kill her.
I will. Once I figure out what her plan is. I want to know why she's after the gods.
Who cares? She's dead. She can't find them.
But somebody else could. And like I keep telling people, I'd like to be left alone.
Then why are you working with her? Sorry, I've been eavesdropping, but the question remains.
You heard what she wants to know. What does the chicken scratch mean?
Oof. I know it's very important. I just can't seem to recall.
If she told
I
us
mean,
that
you
easily,
know
we
why
wouldn't
she
believe her.
wants the
So we're gonna have to treat
gods
her like a
to
hostile
kill
witness.
you.
I told you that blasted feel-armored screwers. Never trust anyone who licks their own arse.
Does it say why he wants our souls?
Only that the contract is perpetually binding once we all sign it.
I think we should take the deal.
I thought you said Falcon's Landing
You
taught
guys
you
are
otherwise.
souls, so you
I mean,
wouldn't
from
get
what you
it.
told
What
us,
the hell?
everyone died.
That was the party's fault. The wishes we made had consequences we hadn't anticipated. Before we knew it, we were at each other's throats. Where we went wrong was the thought we put into the wording of our wishes.
Okay, so if we're careful this go around.
Careful didn't get us here, and careful won't get us out. Coins, I can recoup, but my very soul, questionable as that is, I'm sorry. Even I'm not willing to risk that.
You guys are souls, so I don't really understand.
What if you didn't have to? What if we save your wish for last? If Dr. Saltzman and I fail on our first 2 tries, you can use your wish to get back to peace.
That doesn't make any sense. You guys are souls.
Suits me fine.
I feel like I'm a broken record here. Like,
Boss,
what?
I'll go
They
for
want
it.
your souls? Like,
You have
what?
a deal.
That is who you are.
3 souls to peace, then.
This must be a trap. You're in league with the Sphinx, I
What
say.
Ted is saying is if souls can just wish themselves back to peace, why is this place so packed?
Because everyone screws it up. None want to move on. They all want to go back. It's that which keeps them trapped here, not the coins. Fear of the unknown, I guess. When push comes to shove, when peace is at the very fingertips, there's always, I wish to be rich. I wish to be famous. I wish to be Lady Gaga, whoever she is.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Bottom line is people wish for the world and the worldly comforts they know.
Why would you make a joke about Lady Gaga?
Good thing you gentlemen are different, right?
Actually, we're not going to peace.
Speak for yourself. We made a deal about making this deal. Remember?
What'll it be then?
You stand accused.
How did they
of
get you?
stealing my body, blaspheming my family name, and, well, for being a relentless bitch.
Guilty as charged. But no matter what punishment you think of, little bird, I'm not telling you anything.
We'll see. Take that daylight ring off your finger.
Hope.
You heard me.
Why would you question it?
My brother Tristan looked at me like that whenever he betrayed me.
Not all those who wander are lost. Wade.
It's Ted, actually. The Ted. I'll be damned. At least I was. But your wish seems to have worked.
So where's Dr. Saltzman?
Brain dead. So they're just back now? I don't...
Are you gonna kill her or not?
Is that your way of telling me that she's finally healed?
Yes, but she's still unconscious. We've been at this for hours, and Aurora hasn't said anything. So maybe it's time for another approach.
Close that door. You're letting in the stench.
Where did you get that grimoire?
I stole it from Vardamus.
It's black magic.
I was gonna say, cool. Aurora mentioned something to me when we first met. I'm just trying to figure out how to make one.
Another torture device. Which means you're not
How did they
listening
make
to
the Prometon
That's not how this
blade?
works.
I don't remember.
I'm the sire. You're the pawn.
It was from a bone.
Obviously,
of,
if I'm helping you burn someone alive. But if I'm in this, surely my opinion should count for
Nine.
something too.
I don't know. Some
A head
name.
dive won't work. For starters, it's painless, and much as I hate to admit it, she's too strong for it.
Well, she seems pretty weak right now. Maybe we could try.
Try all you want, okay? That way I can work in peace.
Hope.
Could you head
A
dive?
head dive is the
You
calculus
can't
of vampire
control her?
powers. I'm a total noob. I don't know what I'm doing.
What you're doing is annoying me. So you have two choices. You can either put your brilliant plan into action, or you can sit here and help me with mine.
Gentlemen,
Would you stop doing that?
my sincerest apologies, Fred.
It's Ted. The Ted.
I thought I should warn you about something.
Like how you warned us you wouldn't be bringing Dr. Saltzman back?
I am aware of this complication. His soul remains at the bar, and he's drinking quite heavily.
That's him, all right.
As our contract states, I have granted your wish exactly. Bring the three of us back to life. I have no idea why he lingers.
Well, I do. You're trying to get us to burn through another wish. This is exactly what happened at Falcon's Landing. We won't be fooled this time.
But
Take
when
that,
were
you
you brought
smell
back?
blueberry.
Is that the question?
About that warning. If you're supposedly dead and your friends see you, only for you to eventually fail and use your second wish, this encounter could alter their perception of reality. Every mind is different, but I've seen it drive people mad. But you're the Ginny expert, so I'm sure you already knew that.
Come on, Wudgie. Let's go get some waffles.
I don't understand.
Now you trust that, Jenny, do you?
Not at all. But I can't risk driving people mad.
Then what great hell are we to
Why
do?
would it drive people mad?
Wade.
Why?
I am the ghost of Landon Kirby.
My boy?
Is that really you? Unfinished business has kept me from passing beyond the spectral plane. I need to find Dr. Saltzman.
If you were a real ghost, you'd know where Dr. Saltzman is.
Okay, I am the dead one. Who are you to be telling me how ghosts work?
Wait, is this a dream?
Yes. Busted, Brotato.
I should have known. I always dream about you coming back to the school.
I need to find Dr. Saltzman.
That makes sense. Since I'm not doing my therapy appointments with Emma anymore, this must be my subconscious trying to make sense of all the traumatic stuff that we've been going through lately. That includes Dr. Saltzman.
Him dying had to be rough.
Okay, you're worse at being a dream than you are at being a ghost. Dr. Saltzman's not dead.
So you wish to come back to life, but he's not
Okay.
dead.
So, well, hope's become a bit of a problem.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Not just about that.
I get that you would have empathy,
What you're experiencing is unnecessary.
but to her,
and inhumane. But I know how we can end this.
I guess she doesn't
If you
know
open
her.
your mind to me. I'll take that as a yes.
I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
There is no way we could have seen this coming. Besides, even if we have to burn through
I
another
mean,
wish,
if
you'll
you
still get
just
yours.
mention
Promise.
What was such promises made at Falcon's Landing? Yeah, I thought so. Which is why
I am so
we have to
confused
make
about
this
these wishes.
bloody wish work.
His heart's not the problem.
Clear, or I will clear you!
You can't yell like that. People can't know we're alive, remember?
I'd wager he does.
Don't worry, I locked the door.
I don't think he cares.
Okay, you can worry now.
Knock it off.
It's not his fault.
What are you doing back in limbo?
Let's take a walk, we'll tell you all about it.
Man, I need 5 more minutes with this guy. He never sent me back.
Technically didn't have to, because you're technically not dead. We wasted our first wish.
If the gods are so powerful, what did they need protection from?
Well, that I don't know. But the sarcophagus I recovered was empty, which means that a god walks this earth and surely knows where the others are. And if we can find her, we can find her father and the others.
Her.
Ben explained to me that mythology has come to know her as Vulcan, or Hephaestus, or 100 other names, but always as a man, when in reality she is an impossibly gifted engineer and blacksmith who crafted weapons and fantastic machines for her family of gods.
And I bet she likes weed, long walks on the beach, wearing beanies, and saying, dude.
Must you joke at a time like this?
I think some of your crazy might be rubbing off on me. But I'll give you this much. That's one hell of a plan.
Well, it's the only plan. The Red Oak capable of killing the Tribrid has been destroyed. So you must break my bonds and get us out of here before she returns.
Too late.
Tristan, what is this treachery?
The treachery is that you're not talking to Tristan.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's not your fault my mind is broken. Tristan died. The instant the Hollow killed Elijah and wiped out his entire skyline. My beloved brother died in a box.
Right.
Bottom of the ocean.
Alright, well that confirms that. It means a lot of vampires died. A lot.
Oh, this is
That was a confirmation of that then.
I'm truly sorry. The name of this bar should be Falcon's Landing.
Because we've always
It's
wondered,
time
like,
I wish myself across the pond of peace before
his
I can
sideline
see
was
that.
We're in
never
this
broken.
together, at least.
Like classes.
Until we're not. Either way, the third wish is yours, right? Based on what we know now, Dr. Saltzman's wish has a lot to accomplish. It's got to bring our souls back from limbo, put them back into our bodies, 2 of which are dead, 1 of which is alive, and somehow has to bypass the ferryman's power so we don't just end up back here.
Lennon, you were pretty shook up when you got back. What else is going wrong in the real world?
Nothing that can't wait.
We got what you wanted. All the information we need.
Is that true? Yes. But I went through all this trouble to make this for you.
Hope. You're better than this.
Not anymore. You never should have told me about Papa Dunde's blade. You say this isn't nearly as fancy or powerful, but I hope it is just as painful.
I mean, guess from Ruben. She did. She fucking turned Cammy into a fucking vampire, which led to her downfall. Yikes. Oh my god.
I think we managed to gather some useful intel.
No one's ever beat the Ginny.
Yeah. I don't think any of that's gonna be helpful.
Sure it is, because the Kraken is still playing the game. It's been pondering its third and final wish for decades. I was wrong about the Ginny. It's not using our language against us. It's using our desperation. We need to get home, but we have plenty of time to figure out how to do that. Search Limbo for someone or thing that can help us learn more. Find a way to craft the perfect wish.
Like I said, not helpful.
Why not? Huh?
Because he used our second wish while we were gone.
What for?
I wish for you to become the necromancer again.
Aw, that's mean. You took that choice
How
away
do you
from
imagine
him.
this would work? You betray me, and then I do exactly as you say, like a good little necromancer.
We gotta start apologizing soon. He's getting more necro by the second.
Which means the sooner you bring us back to life, the sooner you can wish yourself to peace.
I should do it right now. Leave you both here to suffer. What did I do?
Well, why don't you?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I am. Because you're the guy who proved to me that people like us can change. And you sacrificed your life for my students.
Yeah,
and
you
you've
just
backed
made a
their every
decision
move here
for
in
him
Limbo.
that is not cool.
Where did that get me?
It's gonna get you to peace. Look, if there were any other way, I would have wished for it. But the necromancer's powers are the only thing that can bring us back to life without the ferryman interfering.
Yeah, the ferryman's powers are no match for mine. His bones quake at the mention of my name.
Ted? Your name is Ted.
Our friend?
Not Ted. You made sure of that.
Well, you need to be. To summon just enough power to do the spell.
What spell?
kind of assumed you'd know.
Fine! Maybe I do. I can't concentrate with all this pressure, so get out. Be gone!
Come on, then, let's go.
It's a good thing I put out that muting spell. Just a real squealer.
I mean, if you wish that he was a necromancer, he'd just be the necromancer in death.
There's nothing
So
good about
how
what
could you
you're
bring
doing.
him back
She's a
when
monster.
he's not alive?
Maybe.
Well, I
At
don't
least
know.
I know why she's hurting.
Problem solved. My problem. That is, yours is only beginning. Because I am the necromancer. I'm back, baby! Yeah! I'm grateful you brought me back, but I will not be returning you
Why does
and
he have a mullet?
bird brain there to your pathetic lives after all.
Ted, listen to me.
Ted is dead! I'm the Knight of Nightmares, monarch of misery!
We got it.
But I got something too! A parting gift from Ted. His wish to punish you for all you've done.
You know, if you want to torture us, you should just send us back home.
You must have feathers in your brain. That will be giving you exactly what you want.
Oh, I doubt that. It's time I told you what's happening in the real world.
Didn't you hear me? Barry, that's taken her heart. I command you.
Hope, please. We were friends. We are friends. As much as I hate what you're doing right now, I still love you.
Then prove it. Kill her.
If you wish to kill me, child, don't make a mess of it.
How did you fail?
I know her heart's tiny, but it's a couple of inches over.
How?
I know. I meant to. Which means I broke the sire bond.
How? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. What? Didn't. I mean, you wanted this side one last episode.
This is rich. His one daughter's a heretic. The
Wait,
other one's gone
how did they
away.
know that?
And Hope's become a
I
villain
don't
like a
remember,
father.
like, Team
Which is why if you send
Salvatore
us
school
back home, you'll be
people
sending us into the teeth
finding
of our
out
worst
about
nightmares.
that. Did they?
Plus, you get to keep Ted's wish, which you can use to break your contract with the Ginny. It's a win-win.
There has to be a catch.
Only if you think we're capable of figuring all that out.
You'll only make things worse. He'll probably have a heart attack, wind up right back here.
So you're just screwing
Could you
him
keep
over.
this from me?
If we had been sent back, we'd have to figure out a way to flip Hope's switch.
And Rick
You'd find
sucks
out
now.
about your daughter's panic and make a bad decision for everyone like you always do.
If Ted can change, so can I.
Oh, not a chance. Limbo's taught us anything. It's that we are who we've always been. Which is why I'm sending you back, not him.
What? That's not fair.
I know. It's perfect! The headmaster goes back and fails everybody again, but racked with guilt all the while, knowing that your genuinely decent soul is trapped here with me forever!
Landon, this isn't good.
Then prove him wrong, Dr. Saltzman. Be better. Work with your students, find a way to get through to Hope without taking it all on yourself, like you always do.
Any final words?
Take care of each other.
We will do nothing of the sort, and you will take care of nothing.
You
and
really
no
fucked
one.
Ted
I
over
don't wish
here.
you luck, but we all know that would be a waste of a wish, don't we?
Like, I don't like him. But, like, that's.
Whoa, Dr. Saltzman. Whoa, take it easy.
Why are you here?
Wait.
How did you know? That Caleb was your emergency contact? I didn't until the hospital called the school. The AV Club has been monitoring all of the school's phones in your absence, and I take my duties as president very seriously.
Oh, well, I'm glad some things haven't changed since I've been gone. Where's Caleb?
He's out parking his car. But it's not the sweet ride that you remember, because a lot has changed at the Salvatore school. I mean, with Hope and Josie and Lizzie.
Yeah, I know. Landon told me.
My boy's dead.
I'll explain everything as soon as Caleb gets here. Because I'm gonna need you, him, and everyone else to figure out where we go from here.
Do you need help?
I'm not exactly sure.
You're going to if you keep standing out in the middle of the road like this. I could have killed you.
That wouldn't be very humane, would it?
You on drugs?
Drugs numb people. I'm having the opposite problem. I feel like I may actually be starting to feel things. Things like gratitude, betrayal. I even had the slightest urge to thank you for stopping. But if Lizzie is right about me,
This is giving me like Damon vibes about like.
What's the definition of humanity?
I'm just being human.
Beats me, but you seem like you're in a pretty rough place. I could call the cops if you want, give you a lift, get you some help.
It's good. Yeah, keep doing that.
You're starting to creep me out.
No, one last thing before I let you go. What would you call someone who could kill a person without ever meeting them before? A decent person, like you.
On second thought.
Don't worry about it. You've been very helpful.
See, this is the shit I like. That was very Damon. I like it.
Not that I care.
Alrighty, well that was Legacies Season 4, Episode 12. Pretty decent episode. You know, we had Lizzie empathizing with Aurora because it's something that they can both what's the word? That they both have like in common, that the fact that they're not they have some issues. Sorry, brain not working. We had fucking necromancer shit. Who the fuck wanted that? God, Rick sucks. What he did was not cool. Whatever. I mean, I guess... No. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.